everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Jen with Home Unez Plans, and I am back with another memory spread. For this week, I will be planning out the week of May 1st through May 7th, and I am using this absolutely stunning kit called Soul Searching from Saucystickersco. I had so much fun with this kit. I love all of the colors in it. I love how whimsical it feels. I love all this rich artwork, and I think it's finally been deduced where this artwork has been coming from, because I know we've been seeing a lot of these really rich, saturated, almost kind of magical looking scenes. And I think it was Jenny and her plans, who found out that it was actually AI artwork. And I don't know what everyone else's feelings about AI generated art is, but I I really like how it looks in these spreads. I feel like it, the richness and the colors is it kind of matches the vibe that I've been looking for in terms of springtime and everything, and I'm not mad at it. I love the rich colors. I love everything about the blue tones and the greens. I love how in the scenes on the journaling kit and everything, I love how intricate the water looks. I'm not mad at it. Let me know in the comments below you guys' thoughts on AI generated art in kits. What are our feelings on it? I guess let me know in the comments below. Okay, so starting off with the base of the spread, I love Saucystickersco journaling kits. I've been getting her journaling kits for I want to say the past 6 months or so. I think my first big purchase from Saucystickersco was for Black Friday, and I've been obsessed with her journaling kits ever since, but I'd never used a weekly kit from her shop before, and this was my very first time using it. When I saw her release this kit on Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, these colors are absolutely stunning. And I knew I had to get my hands on it, and I knew it was going to go in my spring lineup. I had so much fun with it. I love the greens and the blues, all of the wildflower, the different colored wildflowers. Whew, that was hard for me to say. Now, generally, whenever I have kits and I see that the flowers and the colors are kind of all over the place and kind of a wide range, it makes me nervous, because I'm like, okay, is that gonna look chaotic? Is it gonna look not cohesive? But there was something about this spread. I loved how cohesive everything turned out. I loved the whimsical, different colored vibes. I had so much fun with the bottom washi. So many shops are coming out with this contour cut floral bottom washi, and I had so much fun kind of making, I did this before with my Spoiled Planner and Sadie Stickers hybrid kit Hello Spring, where it was the date covers, but I kind of made a little butterfly garden-esque style type of a thing, and I kind of did the same thing in the bottom washi here. I took the contour cut bottom washi, and I added butterfly deco and dot deco and everything, and just kind of made it look like a bunch of garden insects were flying around, and I had so much fun. The sidebar, I added some of the extra journaling scenes that came with the journaling kit. I love this girl that I used in the sidebar, her maxi skirt with her crop flowy top. I was like, oh, it's everything. She's giving the vibes. I did, pretty much my go-to date covers, especially since kits, I've said this so much before, but since kits are coming out with date covers that are shorter and more size down to where we can still do date cover deco, I've been kind of just going along with a very similar go-to date cover deco style. I pulled in another one of my foil deco samplers from the Pretty Pink Co., and that's kind of been my go-to when it comes to date cover deco. And I don't know, maybe it's repetitive, but I really like it. One thing about me, if I like something, if I vibe with it, if I can look at it and go, wow, I really like that, I'm gonna do it for as long as I feel like it. There was a couple weeks in a row back in I want to say back in winter, where I did DIY date covers using old Panda Bird design scallops, like half scallops. And I want to say I did that for like 3 spreads. Like I did one in gold, silver, and rose gold. And I think I did it like back to back to back. And I was like, I'm not mad at it. Maybe it was a little bit repetitive, but my mentality is if I like the way something looks in my planner, I'm going to do it. Again, I've talked about this before, but for so long I would like compare my spreads and be like, you know, and almost kind of lay down a spread in the hopes that other people were going to like it. And I've decided against that. I'm like, you know what? Nope, this planner is for me. And if I like something, I'm going to do it. So that's the mentality that I go into. And if there's something that I put down and do one week, I'm probably going to do it for multiple weeks to come. So anyways, I'm into the day-to-day now, and I'm really excited. This was a really fun week. So the Sunday before this, me and my husband decided that we were going to go on like a little weekend getaway, even though it wasn't the weekend. We decided to take like a 2-day trip to Galveston, which is like 2.5 hours away from our house, from where we live and everything. And it's the beach that we have down here, and it's where we went on our honeymoon. And we were like, we'd been so busy and so slammed with work and just like go nonstop that we decided, you know what, we're going to take a few days and just hang out together as like a little getaway. So on Sunday we got there, and I talked about that a little bit in my last plan with me, but on Monday we decided to go to this place down there. It's called Moody Gardens, and there was like a well-to-do family that kind of helped establish Galveston. And they have this place, it's called Moody Gardens, and it's like it's basically a theme park, and it's 3 different pyramids, and there's an aquarium pyramid, a rainforest pyramid, and then something that they call the Discovery Pyramid, and they always have like traveling different like exhibits that they bring into that one. And again, we did that on our honeymoon whenever we first got married, and so every time we go down to Galveston, we try and go to Moody Gardens because I am obsessed with the aquarium pyramid. Well, first of all, I'm obsessed with just Moody Gardens in general, but I love the aquarium pyramid because I love looking at the penguins. It's like such an absolute joy for me to look at the penguins. And we got there right when it opened that day, and we stayed until like 6. So like they opened at 10 o'clock and we stayed until like 6 in the evening, which that's a long time. I want to say like 15,000 steps in that day, just because we walked all throughout the pyramids. Obviously the aquarium pyramid is amazing. There's a touch tank where you can like pet rays, like stingrays. And I really like that because the stingrays, if they want to come up and be touched, they will. They don't have it set up to where you don't feed them, so they're not like bribed with food. It's like they don't have them trained to where it's like they think that you're going to feed them if you reach your hand in there. It's like if they come up to you and let you pet them, it's because they want to be touched, which is really cool. I really like that. Another thing too is in the rainforest pyramid, the animals are basically just free roaming. Like there's no cages except for like the Komodo dragon, because let's be honest, you don't want a Komodo dragon or an anaconda. They have an anaconda in there, and you don't want an anaconda and a Komodo dragon just like roaming around. But like the birds and the sloths and the monkeys and stuff are basically all just free roaming, which is so cool because I love sloths. I love them so much. I think they're so cute. They're so lazy. I don't know. I can't decide if I was an animal, if I would be a penguin or a sloth, because I'm not lazy or slow like a sloth, but I just love them and I love their vibe. Like their vibe to want to just relax and hang out all the time. I think is my favorite. But anyways, I'm already on to Tuesday. Wow, I'm going really fast, but I really like the way that I marked going to Moody Gardens. That is a technique. The layering of the boxes is a technique I got from Lauren of Plan Mosh Plan. Pulling in some of the journaling pieces to layer the boxes on. That's a tip that I got from Tay, and I just love it. I love the way that it enhances spreads. Okay, to finish off Monday, yes, I will get into the rest of the week, but I have to talk about this trip that me and my husband went on because we don't get to go on trips very often. For dinner, we went to Fisherman's Wharf, and I know there's a Fisherman's Wharf down in San Francisco. I don't know if they have them like all over the country, but I definitely know that there's one in San Francisco and there's one in Galveston as well. And it's amazing seafood, amazing seafood. Another delicious place that me and my husband like to go to whenever we go down to Galveston, because the seafood is it's fresh. They catch it fresh right out of the ocean, and it's just so good. So one absolute must if you're ever down in Galveston. We love going there. I think this time I got the char grilled shrimp, which was so good. They had it over, I want to say they had it over like a wild rice pilaf as well, which, it was so good. Like I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. We got some really fun pictures, and we ended up like we sat outside so we could look out over the water. There are dolphins out there, and if you go at the right time, you can see the dolphins jump, which is really cool. We wanted to try and go on a dolphin tour, but we didn't manage to do that in time. We missed the dolphin tour. But yeah, so that's what we did on Monday, and then on Tuesday, we kind of just took it easy. We slept in, had kind of a lazy day. We packed up the little Airbnb we were staying at. I really like the way that I marked walking on the beach, because whenever we're down in Galveston, another thing that we love to do is to walk the beach together. So to mark walking the beach, I pulled in a swatch that came with the journaling kit. That is a vintage label box from Bloom Paper Studio. I layered it with some florals, and I pulled in those little flip-flops from White Deer Stationery. I've had those, I want to say, for a couple years now. I think I got it, maybe I got it last summer. I got the sheet of flip-flops last summer to mark anything like beach related or going to the pool or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so perfect. That's like the perfect way to mark going to the beach. So yeah, I really like that. And then before we left, we always like to go to Rainforest Cafe, which is right there on what is it called? The Seawall. That's what it's called. There's a place in Galveston. It's called the Seawall. It's like if you Google Galveston, Texas, the Seawall, it has like all of the places that you're going to want to go. If you're going to go and do touristy things, you're going to go to the Seawall in Galveston. And we always go to Rainforest Cafe down there. And it's you go, and it's the atmosphere, and it's a little kitschy and everything, but it's so much fun. We did it on our honeymoon, and again, it's one of those things where every time we go, we have to go there because it's just tradition at this point. There's a bunch of animatronics. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Rainforest Cafe, but there's like a bunch of like rainforest wildlife animatronics, like gorillas, elephants, alligator, crocodiles, giraffes, all kinds of fun stuff like that. And it's really fun. Like, you go for the atmosphere. There's like a huge gift shop that's attached to it as well. It's truly an experience. Actually, my balloon mentor, our boss, he goes down there, and he basically goes and he lives in Galveston for like the whole summer, and that's where he works. He does balloons down at the Rainforest Cafe because it really is such an attraction. There's like a ride in there as well. It's called the Rainforest River Ride, River Run, something like that. And it's basically, you go, and they've created like a lazy river. Basically, you sit in this little automated boat, and they start you off, and you go, and they've created like this whole rainforest where they have all kinds of different animatronics like tigers and giraffes and crocodiles, and it's really fun. Again, it's super kitschy, and like it's definitely, one of those things that your kids would love. And again, it's tradition for me and my husband. We have to go down and do it every single time that we're down there. And it's one of those things that, even though some people may look at it and go, okay, really, but it holds such special memories to me, because it's just something that me and my husband love to do when we're down there together. It brings back, memories and fun times of when we were first brand new married. And, it's just something that we love to do. Oh my goodness, I am already on the second half of the week. So if you have any questions about anything that happened on Wednesday that you saw, leave it in the comments below. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to Thursday. The first thing I marked is that I slept in on this day, which I slept in a lot this week. Oh my goodness, I slept in every day this week. What was wrong with me? Okay, so to mark sleeping in, I pulled in that floral box that came with I think that came with the box add-on that I purchased with this kit. I layered it with some florals. I did an OG like garland layering trick where I took some mini garlands from Sadie Stickers, layered them over top of each other. And then I took a divider, which I use that, I don't even know the name of that divider. I know it's on Lauren's freebie. But I took it and I cut it in half and I kind of layered it on the end of those layered garlands that I did together, just to add drops myself, just kind of DIY my own garland, because you don't see that very often in the community anymore. I remember whenever layering garlands was brand new and it was very innovative, and now it's like shops have taken all the work out of it for you and you just buy your layered garlands, which I appreciate, don't get me wrong. But I wanted to throw it back just a little bit and layer my own garlands. I marked that I went to the gym, and I marked that with some greenery. Or is that some florals? There were so many different varieties and styles of florals, and I picked up, I want to say 2 floral sheets for this kit, which I honestly could have gotten away with just one because there were so many different variations and varieties on the sheets. It was insane. But I layered some florals, and then the little gym bag is from Crafts by Towie. I pulled in some more I think those are like flower drops that came with the foiled sampler from the Pretty Pink Co. I uploaded a plan with me on this day, and I really like how I marked that. I pulled in a quarter box that came with the kit. I layered it with some of the blue and white wildflowers, and then I took that little bee with the trail. I had a bunch of those left over from last year, and I didn't want to just do butterflies for this kit. I know there was a ton of butterflies, but I wanted to have like a good variation of different foiled accents. So I have birds and bees and flowers and butterflies, and I had a lot of fun pulling in all kinds of like different insect, like foiled deco pieces in this spread. And I feel like it gave it a lot of like, I don't want to say depth, but like a lot of, I'm blanking on what word to use, but it's a lot of, I don't know, there's just a lot of insects that I played around with in here, and I just had a lot of fun. The icon is from White Deer Stationery, and I layered that with some more greenery from the kit. I marked that I filmed some workouts for my personal training client, and I marked that with another swatch that came with the journaling kit, layered it with some florals, and that little foiled notch box, that's from the Giving Girl. The camera icon is from Crafts by Towie. Okay, so I marked that I bought some White Deer Stationery icons, and normally I wouldn't write that down because I do that so frequently, but this was like a huge White Deer Stationery purchase. I'm actually editing a haul right now. It's probably gonna be the longest haul that I've ever uploaded, so be on the lookout for that. But it is possibly the biggest White Deer Stationery order that I have made thus far, and that's saying something. I don't know what was going through my brain, but I was like, must buy. I was restocking on some icons that I was out of, and then there were some new icons that she came out with, and I just kept clicking add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. So I have a huge White Stationery haul in that haul that I'm editing, so be on the lookout for that. And then to cap off the night, I just did some laundry, which it's never ending. No one tells you when you become an adult that when you start your laundry, you're never going to finish your laundry. Like, as a kid, I never understood. And then as an adult, I'm just like, wow, as soon as you start laundry, you're never finished. It's a never ending cycle. There's never a time when you can truly look and go, all of my laundry, all of it, every single piece is done. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, on Friday, I marked sleeping in because apparently your girl was a lazy piece this week. So slept in, marked that with a laced midi box that came with the kit. Pulled in some layered garlands from Sadie Stickers, florals. The sleep mask icon is from Crafts by Towie. I marked getting ready for the day, and I marked that with some florals that came with the kit, obviously. The makeup brushes icon is from White Deer Stationery. I pulled in some dot clusters. Those are actually from Honey Inked, and I know they're on glossy paper, but I freaking love like how spaced out those dots are. And I've been pulling them into so many different spreads of mine. So I'm going to have to go back to Honey Inked on Etsy and pick some up because I just love how spaced out those dots are. Okay, I marked that I went over airbrush with my little brother's girlfriend because we had a huge event that we were doing. We needed I feel like we needed 16 artists. No, there was like a whole bunch of artists, and I was going to be the team lead on this because my boss and my best friend and his wife were out of town, and I've been with them the longest in the company, and I know those airbrush kits inside and out, so they had me leading the team on this event. So I was going over airbrush with my little brother's girlfriend, who she was being trained because we needed all the help we could get. So I marked that with another quarter box, layered it with some florals, and then of course the airbrush icon is the custom that my mom made. I marked that I had an airbrush event on this day. It was an airbrush face painting event for Cinco de Mayo because this was Cinco de Mayo, and I'm realizing now that I didn't put the holiday in, so I'll have to do that on my actual monthly whenever I go back and do my monthly highlights. But I love the way that I marked airbrush face painting. I pulled in the circle frame that came with the kit that was layered with some florals, and I layered it with an older like floralized foiled circle frame that used to be on my freebie from Mini Riot Co. when she was actually still a shop. And I layered it with some no, I didn't layer it with some florals. I pulled in a mini layered garland from Sadie Stickers, one of my absolute favorite layered garlands. Had so much fun with that. Pulled in some more bee deco and a dot cluster from Honey Inked. I marked that I FaceTimed a friend on this night. I was doing some like chores, like last minute stuff to get ready for the gig that we had the next day. So I just FaceTimed a friend of mine. I marked that with some florals on either side of the column, and the icon is from Crafts by Towie. And then to cap off the night, I marked readying a balloon bag because my husband was doing a balloon gig at a separate event while I was doing an airbrush gig at the big convention center in Houston. So the balloon dog icon is one that my mom made for me. Okay. So on Saturday, I first started off by marking airbrush at NRG. NRG is the stadium. Oh, it's not the convention center. It's the big stadium in Houston. That it used to be Reliant Reliant Stadium, but now it's NRG. And there was like a huge thing. It was Methodist Family Day, and there was Stevie Wonder came to play, and Imagine Dragons and like Disney Junior and all that. It was a big deal, and our team of artists were providing entertainment. So we had like balloon artists, face painters, airbrush tattoo artists, all kinds of stuff like that. And I was the leader of all of them, and it was a big deal because we had to get there and get everyone checked in. We had to go through security. We had to get wristbands. It was a whole thing. So I marked that with a piece of torn paper from the journaling kit. I love that floral oval. I kind of marked things out of order, which it is what it is. Because I marked the event first, and then I marked getting ready, and I marked that with some florals and the perfume bottle from Crafts by Towie. And then I marked fixing airbrush issues, which since I was the team lead and I'm the one who knows how to work, make sure the kits were working flawlessly, I had to run and make sure that everyone's kits were working well because it was a 5-hour event. And if there's always troubleshooting issues. So I was like running back. Again, I got my steps in on this day. And then after the NRG event, my husband had a show, and it was such a good show. I want to say this was like the best show that he's had in such a long time. The crowd was amazing, and obviously him and his band just killed it. I love watching them perform. It was so good. I like how I marked it. I pulled in the swatch circle that came with the add-on, pulled in the lace circle that came with the kit, layered it with some florals and a garland from Sadie Stickers. The icon is from Crafts by Towie. And then we didn't go to IHOP on this night. I was so tired. I was so exhausted. So me and my husband just went through Cane's and grabbed some Cane's chicken on the way home, ate it, came home and crashed. It was insane. The little chicken wing icon is from White Deer Stationery. Okay, on Sunday, I slept in, but that's because the day before was absolutely just insane. It was such a long day, and I think I earned the right to sleep in on that day. And I really like how I marked it. I did pull in one of the journaling butterfly deco pieces, which I really love. I marked that I had a self-care Sunday. I did some skincare. I, did a hair mask, all kinds of stuff like that. I marked that me and my husband went to this place called Tomfooleries, which is a little local pizza place here. It's like a pizza place arcade, but their pizza is fantastic. So I marked that we did that. I put that on a quarter box that came with the kit, layered it with some florals. The pizza box icon is from Crafts by Towie. Pulled in a bunch of butterfly deco dot clusters. I marked that I did my nails, and I love the way I marked that. I'm really loving those little mini notch boxes from The Giving Girl. I don't know if Jennifer still has those in her shop. I need to check that out because I love those little notch boxes. I had a YouTube binge, and then to cap off the night, I did, you guessed it, more laundry. Nothing exciting. I do like the way that I marked it though with that little third box, layered it with some florals, and then I pulled in one of these scalloped headers to make it look like it's a little floral box. But yeah, that is the finished spread. Here are the leftovers that I have along with the Viv Wiggle. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen. I do planner things. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying well. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I will see everyone in my next video. I'm trying not to be so rambly in these, but it is what it is. I got like 26 minutes to fill. So anyways, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.